We made from 60k spend 315k, which is 5 raw. Another episode of All Things Ecom, guys. Today I'm back with Manoj Bashyal, and I really enjoy doing this, client case studies, because obviously, why? Because we can sell you stuff, right? Yes, we have a product to sell, we have a service to sell. Yes, we're gonna show you credibility, and Manoj actually gonna put a screen right now, so you see that we are actually logging into the ads manager, and we made from 60k spend 315k, which is 5 raw. We're gonna show you everything from A to Z, how we did it, and of course the credibility part, because we can be showing you like screenshots and stuff as ecom gurus. But let's just start.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about how we did it. They had a couple of winning ads, but they were not testing any creatives, offers, or targeting. They didn't have any plans or strategies. They didn't even organize the ads. They didn't know how to organize, how to structure the ad campaigns based on the audience segmentations. And they were just like running the ads until it stops performing. If the ads are doing well, they just keep running ads. And if the ads are not doing well, they just kill the ads. They didn't have any concrete strategy on their marketing plan. And they're not even doing any retargeting ads. They're literally leaving the money in the table. I was really surprised when they were not doing any retargeting ads. They were doing decent amount of revenue, doing like 50-60k per month in revenue before, even with just cold traffic, which is pretty good. But they were really struggling to scale up the campaigns. I think they were doing decent with the ads. I'd say they were doing around 2.5 ROAS on average. Still, they were profitable, but they were really struggling with scaling the ads to make the profit margins higher. And after analyzing the metrics, we first created scaling campaigns by combining all the winning elements they had. They already had some of the winning angles of the creatives. Their one video was doing really good, like around 6-7 ROAS, and some carousel ads with model pics was also doing good. So I combined all of the creatives and offers and stacked into the single campaigns and created the scaling campaigns like that.
We're just reading the metrics. Would you say that that was their biggest really bottleneck?
Yeah, of course, they didn't have the fully customized columns as well. Like they were just seeing the ROAS, the amount spent, and the amount of revenue they were making,
I see.
and little like CTR and link clicks as well. But they were not analyzing like how many people added the product to the cart. They didn't know how many people initiated the checkout and how much percentage of people usually bought the product from the ads. Like they were not doing any kind of analysis around that. Retargeting ads was way far from that.
I think this is one of the biggest bottlenecks explicitly within the fashion industry. A lot of fashion brand owners, because they are just artists, they don't care about numbers that much. And if you are a fashion brand owner and really in ecom, and if you just look at how much was spent and what you made back, you don't actually see the details. Again, you can't optimize what you can't see to the detail, right? So make sure to look at the details, make sure to look at all your CTRs, everything.
After creating the scaling campaigns, then I created another retargeting campaigns. I basically tested different ad copies, creatives, and offers, to the warm audience, because warm audience, hot audience, they're literally gold, and there is where the money is. Many people, many entrepreneurs says follow-up is where the money is. That's similar to the ecom business as well. And after testing some offers, we found buy one get one free offer worked really well for this brand, and we basically created some package, some bundles of the products that are relatable, and then like that offers was doing well. And by giving this offer, the client was still profitable because we bumped up the price. People don't care about the price. The first thing that comes to their mind after hearing the offer, I'm just getting the product for free. That's what in their thought process. And basically like we just play with the
100%.
psychology of the customers, and that really worked well for this client.
Sometimes I see this stuff as kind of manipulating people in a lot of ways, because again, if you want to be a good marketer, and if you're a marketer and you're watching this, psychology, it plays a huge role. You don't even know. Maybe you're a fashion brand owner, you're an artist. There's a lot of emotional and psychology stuff, right? You create art to evoke some kind of emotions. It's the same way with marketing. Marketing is sort of art as well. It's way more technical, but be sure to know your consumers. That's the best way to market stuff.
After getting some hints of which angles perform well, then we doubled down the winning angles. This helped a lot to get the better results, and we were spending a lot of amount in the testing campaigns as well, and scaling ads basically cover the testing budget. And then we created separate campaigns for the cold audience, and we created 5 testing campaigns at first, like tested multiple creatives and then offers as well, and again found some couple of winning creatives, and again started bumping up the budget. When I see the opportunity to increase the budget, when I see the ads will perform well, like when I get some hints, then I immediately increase the budget so that we'll basically cover up all the testing budget, and like we can see the ROAS always in a balanced form. And we started scaling through both horizontally and vertically, and after like scaling the winning angles, we started to get consistent results as always. And then we collected all the winners from the whole ad account and created a new CBO campaigns, like spending $200 per day in a single CBO campaign. For this client, the budget was not any issue. They just want results. As much as you provide good results, they are open to spending unlimited budget. So
that's the best way, really. Like, if you're a fashion brand owner, you look to work with us, wait till the end of the video. And it requires a lot of capital, but again, you see our results is worth it.
And then we created 7 ad sets inside a CBO campaign, and each ad set has 3 ads. And for the first 3 days, we were actually losing money from the CBO campaigns. But after 3 days, I turned off some non-performing ads, the ads that are just burning ad budget. Then we started to see some positive ROAS. And then after around 7 days, we started getting 4 ROAS consistently from the single CBO campaign, which was really a good hint, because they were just doing around 2.5 ROAS before. And then after like working on just collecting the winners, combining them, scaling them with CBO campaigns, it provided us with 4 ROAS on a consistent basis, which is really good news for our clients as well. And then we started testing more ads, even if we're doing good with scaling campaigns, but we need to run testing campaigns side by side as well, so that
100%.
we never run out of the winning elements. So we created 3 different testing campaigns using ABO, that is ad set budget optimization, top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And then in top of funnel campaign, we created 5 different ad sets. We spent around $20 per day in the testing campaigns, and we just did the open targeting, testing different creatives and some headlines as well. And in the second ad set, we stacked some interest-based audience and create different offers and creatives as well, like we're testing that.
What are some specific target audience you targeted?
Yeah, it was a fashion brand, like the streetwear brand, and we're targeting audience who are interested in hip-hop, streetwear, hip-hop music, hip-hop fashion and stuff. Like, you get a lot of interest suggestions inside the ads manager as well, like stacking around 7 to 10 interest. We were just testing around, with interest. Most of the time, broad interest or like multiple interest work really well, but still, like, I wanted to test a single interest in the ad set. I just targeted the audience who are interested in hip-hop fashion with just different creatives and ad copies. Here we're also testing ad copies. And another ad set, we also used a lookalike, 4%. Before, we used to use only lookalike 1%, 2%, but nowadays broad targeting really works well. Facebook also prefers marketers use broad targeting, so that's why I tested 4%. But over the time, when we run out of winning ads, then we test other angles as well, and we had 3 different ad copies in that ad set, but with the same creatives. And in the 5th ad set, we're just using broad interest, and with just 3 different offers, we're basically testing that for the top of funnel campaigns. And in the middle of funnel campaign, like, we created 4 ad sets. We're just spending around $15 per day in the middle of funnel campaign. We targeted video views, a 25% audience with 3 different creatives and headline variations. And in the second ad set, we targeted video views 75%. Just wanted to see what would be the difference for these kind of video views retention audience. So we also used 3 different creatives. And in the third ad set, we used people who were engaged with our post or ad on Instagram. And in another, we just targeted people who had engaged with our post or ad on Facebook. And in our bottom of funnel campaigns, we created another 4 different ad sets. We just basically test like every little thing, so that whenever we test something, we find something. You will never get something without experimenting that. So I highly recommend you guys to do that as well.
100%. What would you tell to new kind of ecom brands, or if you're new to ads, what would you tell them when it comes to the emotional journey, when it comes to the testing phase? Because we have a lot of experience, with those type of clients, and we work with a lot of also coaching clients, and they go through like this crazy emotional journey. What kind of advice would you give them in terms of the testing phase?
Yeah, especially for the new brands or like small brands, it's okay to lose some money while starting, while testing phase. But you gotta make sure you're not losing money on something that's not important. But if you're just planning, if you have the proper strategy of the marketing, and if you're just testing different ad copies, offers, creative stuff like that to get some winning elements, then it's okay, to burn the money at first, because by utilizing the metrics you get from those investments, that will really help a lot to make your ads profitable for the long term. And the money that you spend on ads, the money will be always there because you'll get data in return, and that data you have, it has the potential that you can utilize it for the long term, and then that will give you a huge results.
I see a lot of fashion brand owners. They just think that you can pour 1K today and get 2K tomorrow. No, you gotta apply time with it. You might
Yeah.
invest 1K today and you get a bunch of data, then you can make a decision of, and then for a few weeks not make any money, and then suddenly on the third week you start to make 2K every day, right? So apply time with it. Obviously you're investing capital into ad spend, but don't make I see, again, I talked to a few clients, and sometimes you shouldn't be taking a loan from the bank or something to invest in ads. I wouldn't suggest that, especially if you're trying to run the ads yourself. That's not a good way to invest money. This is not a financial advice whatsoever, right? But it just comes from experience, from talking to clients.
And we had another bottom of funnel campaign we also created for different ad sets over here as well. And we're also spending around $15 per day in each ad set, and we created a stag targeting using the custom audience of web visitors, page views, and view content. And we basically tested 3 different creatives around this ad set by just using 3 ad copies as well. And in the second ad set, we targeted people who have added the product to the cart. In the third one, we also targeted people who had initiated the checkout as well, with 3 different creatives and 3 different offers. And in the last ad set, I basically stacked all of the bottom of funnel audience, excluding the audience who had purchased within the last 30 days, using 3 different offers in the bottom of funnel campaigns as well. So after testing all these ads, we found a couple of winning elements within 7 to 10 days of testing. Facebook recommends you to test ads for at least 7 days to make the ad decision. So it is super important, it is taking a lot of time nowadays. And after that, we killed some non-performing ads and kept running the winners as always, and started scaling the winners. And basically we repeat the process every time. It's the fundamental process that we do, but inside there is more, and we'll be covering all the details and specifics in our upcoming course, so stay tuned for that as well, guys. And we repeated the same process. The fundamental is always same. Whatever it is inside, it's different. We just need to tweak offers, creatives, ad copies, and stuff. And we teach every little details in our course. And here, by repeating the same process, we got over 5 rewards for this client. We spent around 60K and generated $315,000. And yeah, guys, if you want similar results, just go to the link in the description and book a call with us if you want to work with us or want to know about how we're doing it.
Full notice, yes, we're gonna sell you on the call. Yes, it's gonna be pressuring, but if you need help, then you kind of need pain on yourself, right? We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.